Many years ago, I went to a magical place called the Okavango Delta in Botswana to track elephants on foot. With me, I brought two great friends. One, a South African guy named Christian, who was very tough-minded. And the other, a Scottish guy named Bruce, who was a very confused and delusional man. He was basically a 12-year-old that could buy beer. When we arrived at the Delta, Christian issued us a very stern warning. He turned to us and he said, "Right, if an elephant charges you, you must not run. 9 times out of 10, it's only a mock charge. But if you run, it might turn into a real charge. So promise me that you won't run." And I said, "Yeah, sure, Christian, whatever, cool." No. Hey, no messing around now. Look me in the eye and promise me that you won't run. Don't forget, you can't outrun those elephants, eh? They are much faster than you. I said, "Okay, Christian, okay, I promise I won't run, okay?" Okay. A little while later, our local guides showed up, and they were perfect. They weren't wearing any shoes while they're walking over thorns. They're checking for animal prints, and they're speaking in the clicky tongue language. Very, very authentic. Now, after a short while of walking, we came across a majestic herd of elephants, and it was amazing. There was the huge bull elephants and the little baby elephants and their mothers. Everything was wonderful until the elephants took note of us and they stared at us, swaying back and forth. And then they began flapping their ears. Oh, I could feel that. I looked over at Christian. He had the same worried look on his face that I did. But Bruce, on the other hand, had a look of confidence and assuredness, which I found odd, thinking, what could this pasty white Scotsman happen to know about elephant behavior? And Bruce, sensing our concern, he turned to us and he says, "Don't worry, lads. I'll take care of this." And he always had his collar popped. He was a Scottish soccer hooligan back in the UK. And he had a real swagger about him, a real false confidence. I mean, he'd go up to girls that were way out of his league and be like, "All right, hen, how's it going? Listen, there's my number. Give me a call. All right? Lucky you." Okay? And he'd go up to guys that were way bigger than him. And he'd be like, "What are you looking at, Jimmy? Eh? Well, this guy fancies himself a hard man. I don't think so." You know? And so he struts over to the local guides and he says, "All right, lads, how's it going? Listen, see when the elephants are flapping their ears like that, it means they're not happy. Aye, I think it's time for us to go." To which the local guide very sarcastically replied, "Wow, boss, I did not know that you are an elephant behavior expert." "Oh, well, I'd hardly call myself an expert. I watch the Discovery Channel, you know. Back home on my telly, I love Shark Week. Aye, it's brilliant. You know, it's great when the big shark jumps out of the water, grabs a wee fish. Actually, maybe it's not a fish, maybe it's a seal. Aye, I think it's okay. I understand, boss, I understand. Listen, boss, there are no sharks here, okay? There are only elephants. And me and my friend, we are elephant behavior experts. So we will let you know when you are unsafe, okay? So you need to relax, enjoy yourself. Go take some pictures." And Bruce felt very dejected by this. Wah, wah. He sloughed his way back to us. And he said, "Ugh, I shouldn't have said anything, you know. I feel stupid. I feel like a right idiot," which is Scottish for idiot. No, write that down, it'll be on the test later. And we consoled him. I said, "Hey, Bruce, it's okay, man. I mean, at least you tried, you know." A couple minutes later, 3 huge bull elephants took 3 massive steps forward, swaying back and forth. The one at the front went up on his hind legs. And then all 3 of them went up on their hind legs. And they made such a noise that I'm going to need everybody in this room to give me their best elephant sound on the count of 3. Right? Hey, you got my back, right? Yeah, we shook on it. It was a very loaded handshake. This is our first activity of the safety tribe. First of many. Yeah, all right, so on the count of 3, I'd also like you to stand up with it when I give you the 1, 2, 3, and then I'll do this, all right? And then I want to hear a primal scream. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, someone over here has been practicing. It's unbelievable. She looked at the thing, how to tame your elephant, I'll be ready. Good job. So with this, I turned to Bruce and I said, Bruce, don't worry, I got this. I'll go talk to the local guide, okay? And I tiptoed over to the local guide, and in my most polite Canadian voice, I said, hi, sorry to bother you. I just wanted to say that this has been the experience of a lifetime. Thank you. And now for some reason, I started speaking like someone in HR, you know, when they're giving you feedback with the HR hands, you know what I mean? Right, like you, me, we. We're downloading understanding over here, okay? Anyways, so I said, thank you, but we're all a little frightened right now, so if it's okay with you, we'd be okay with leaving, yeah. To which he very condescendingly starts patting me on the back, and he engages in this fake, contemptuous laugh. Oh, okay, boss. Like I told your friend, we will let you know when you are unsafe, okay? So you need to relax, enjoy yourself, go take some pictures. And just the condescending way in which he shooed me away, just for a brief moment, I kind of wanted to push his fingers back. I didn't, but you know, you ever, when people are quoting things that don't need to be quoted, ever just for a brief moment tempted to? Okay, good, you're with me, right here. Table for 4, right, we got this, okay. Now, what happened next is something I will never forget as long as I live. The elephants started to charge, and they were coming. The jungle came alive. The ground shook like a violent earthquake under our feet. Trees were snapping like twigs, and the sound was deafening. And that's when Bruce stood forward again, and he snapped at the local guide. All right, Mr. Smarty Pants, what are we supposed to do now? Huh? And the local guide looked at the elephants. And then he looked back at us, and a very odd, wry grin crossed his face. And he said, run! And so we ran, and we ran away a lot to like Zambia. And it was every man for himself. No safety tribe had been established, right? I knew that I was faster than Bruce, and that's all I was just like, it's been emotional, Bruce. Good luck with the elephants. I can still remember him in the background yelling, wait for me, you bastard, you know? And when it was finally safe to return and the elephants had dissipated, we found Christian standing there, arms folded, shaking his head, look of disgust on his face. And he says, I told you guys not to run. And what do? You run like little sissies. Hey, I'm so disappointed. I said, hey, Christian, hang on a second here. Let's be fair, okay? Hey, I'm from Victoria, okay? We don't have wild elephants running around, right? We have peacocks and environmental protesters who have turned out to be quite formidable, actually. They've almost shut down the Canadian economy. Anyways, I'll see an elephant do that. So as it turns out, the elephants came right up to Christian, a little more than an arm's length. Can you imagine? If I'd have stayed, I would have had a heart attack and died, right? So, the moral of the story, the next time you're charged by elephants, for goodness sakes, run! All right, obviously I'm kidding. You're not supposed to run. Christian was right. I researched it. You're not supposed to run. It's kind of like being in northern Canada and face-to-face with a black bear. Nowhere in the protocol does it say, run like a sissy, right? So, all right, now I'd like to turn it over to you folks to find out who you feel the good, the bad, and the ugly safety leaders are within my story.